Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to 31 Days of Horror. Dude, are you struggling?
Do you know what? I've worked out why Jason's pissed off all the time. Can't get his beer in.
He can't get a beer.
Although this is a saggy mask. Although it is signed by the man Jason himself, Kane Hodder, when I bumped into him at a bar.
Yeah.
At Fright Fest.
And you didn't have to pay 45 or 50 quid.
No, let's put this. I'll put this over here. Right, what have we been watching?
Right, so we're back. As part of our 31 Days of Horror, we wanted to watch something amazing, something different. Anyway, Jason X.
Yes, not Jason Goes to Hell, which is above it on this DVD set. Jason X. What are you looking at?
It's Region 1 then. I didn't know yet.
It is a Region 1 DVD
So
set.
yeah, Jason X, double header. That's a good double header.
We'll decide on that soon. We'll decide on that. So, you love doing this. It is what the internet goes crazy for. Can you synopsisize Jason X?
What, Jambo's
synopsis.
Right, in very basic terms, Jason X is... Jason, not Jason X. Jason Voorhees is imprisoned. He's been captured or whatever, and...
About time, really. About time.
He's chained up and with a bag on it. No, a blanket on his head. That's pretty much how they kept him safe.
I wish it was a bag. Now you said that, like a bit of a tape bag. That would have been quite cool, actually, if it was a bag on his head.
So as expected, a couple of chains and a duvet wasn't enough to keep old Jason secure.
Never is.
So Jason escapes, a battle ensues, and he is accidentally frozen, cryogenically frozen.
Well, they meant to freeze him eventually, didn't they? But it was accident. It all came off as an accident because the girl that was with him also got frozen.
Yeah, because he stabs her.
This is kind of set like tomorrow. It's just a little bit in the future. It's like that modern sci-fi sort
Exactly.
of thing.
So it's set like you say tomorrow, and
but
then
not for long.
It cuts 450 years later, and a space crew stumble across this.
You called them
space pirates.
Space pirates.
I think that's a cool name for
space scavengers. They're like looking around. They're a bit like when you go to a car boot sale and you see them people there looking around for
before
bargains.
it's meant to open.
Yeah.
When you're setting up your stalls.
Yeah, getting all the good figures.
Fuck off.
And you know they're going to sell it on eBay. That's what these guys are doing. They're just looking at old trinkets and stuff on Earth because Earth is fucked.
Earth is fucked.
Earth is fucked.
So as part of their trinket hunting, they stumble across Jason's cryogenically frozen body, plus the main protagonist, I forget her name.
I've got it.
And they take him back to the spaceship. And as expected, Jason doesn't stay frozen for long.
Caught me off guard.
Caught you off guard, yeah. It would have been a short
I
film,
thought it was just, I thought everything was going to go fine.
So then, Jason thaws out and is set on what Jason does best, killing folk. So yeah, that's it. It then becomes a slasher in space. So that's pretty much the setup. That's how they got him in space 450 years later. A frozen Jason thaws out and goes looking for some food.
Food? No.
So
he just wants his machete back.
That's
a line from
the line. He just wants his machete back. So let's go likes.
Well, I'm just going to say, it was written by Todd Farmer, who has got good pedigree for writing horror movies. And what did I like about it?
Yes, likes.
Right, by the time you hit this point in the franchise...
Everything.
And I've watched all of these recently, and by the time it hit this point...
During lockdown, we've been working our way through the Friday Love franchise.
We're going to rank them soon, I think. You want one or two things at this point. You either want it to go back to basics, serious and dark, almost like in the line with part 1, part 2 kind of thing. Or you need it to do something batshit crazy and go really silly, because Jason has started to be tongue-in-cheek caricature of himself by this point. You get the latter, and you get it in fucking spades. I mean, this film, it swings... And it swings, and it swings, and it is crazy, but every one of them swings, lands. It lands.
It's what do they call it in baseball? Home run.
An homer.
An homer.
From the way this film looks, it looks. I mean, it's
I remember going to see this at Odeon.
I went with
the
you.
smallest screen we went. And I come out of it going, what have I just seen? And then I discovered a love for it on the physical media market.
I'm going to make a comparison.
I did enjoy
What
it,
is,
but
what is like one of your favourite films now that you did not like when you first saw it?
Blade Runner.
He thought Blade Runner
boring.
was boring and tacky and looked rubbish, and now it's one of your favourite films.
Second favourite film of all time.
Yeah. Now I'm going to put a comparison there. When we saw this at the
Same
cinema,
Blade Runner though, is it?
it looks just like it. It looks money. It is so good. The setting is brilliant.
The sets are fantastic. I love the sets in this. The
I
spaceship.
think this has inspired every sci-fi film that's come after it. I think this may be the most influential sci-fi film of all time. Bear with me.
So you
on this.
think Arrival, Passengers, Life, Alien Covenant?
I mean, they're just this film, but not without jokes. It's like,
They've inspired that.
the spaceship at
Blade
the
Runner
beginning of this,
2049
the,
inspired by
the
James
round spaceship. I reckon that was it. It looks like something I've seen. It was either from that rubbish from Alien Covenant, or it could have been Blade Runner 2040. It looks like that. The score it's almost ahead of its time. It's kind of futuristic, but it doesn't like lean into it too much. It's got like cool guitar riffs and things going on. The clothes the Marines wear looks like stuff that you see in every sci-fi film now, but you didn't before this. Yeah,
Resident Evils.
I reckon this is the most influential sci-fi movie of all time. I love the kills. I love the acting. I thought it was brilliant. What did you like about it?
Everything.
There you go.
Absolutely everything. I can't talk highly enough about J6. We're going to have to do some dislikes, and it's a shame that we're going to have to think of something. And I've got one thing, but that's just being really pickety and just wanting to say something. But
John Gordon more likes in it though. The kills.
the kills. I'm going to spoil one kill here. There's a scene where Jason first thaws out. There's a girl doing kind of a biopsy, and she removes his eye. Really grim. Pulls it out.
It's good.
It's like, why are you cutting his eye out? And then she cuts his mask, but lifts it and went, oh, I know why you wear this, baby, and puts it back on. It's all gooey. And then he comes to life, and he grabs her face, grabs her by the back of the scruff, and the tits. I was saying to you, he's getting a good feel, because he's like proper like pulling her. I was like,
he is
great.
a bit touchy-feely, old Kane Hodder in this movie.
Paid to grope, mate. Me Too movement, or whatever all this shit is.
Paid to grope is definitely not the Me Too movement.
I think it's the opposite, isn't it? Anyway, grabs her head, puts it into some like liquid nitrogen, and then smashes it. It's fucking brilliant. And we're pissing ourselves watching it. Just going, this is brilliant.
And it's got lots of jokes around the kills. It's almost like an Arnie movie with the one like, you've got to try better than that. That'll do.
Bennett, let off some steam.
It's so...
It's awesome.
It is so fresh by leaning into the caricature and the jokiness of Jason that was kind of feeling a bit tired.
Like Uber Jason is just...
Uber Jason is uber brilliant. He looks so good. In fact, I would say, and I'm going to be slightly controversial here for big Jason fans, I love Kane Hodder. I've had a beer with Kane Hodder. I think Kane Hodder is great. I don't think he is my favourite Jason by quite a margin, if I'm honest. I know he's the one that people like to talk about, but I think he's probably my third favourite Jason. We'll talk about that in another video. But this is his best Jason.
Yes,
this is
100%,
his best Jason.
His film is, he owned it. He owned Jason in this. Uber Jason.
Uber Jason is great.
It was just brilliant. I mean, considering the franchise, it's just such a refreshing entry into this franchise when at that point... What was the one we called before?
Jason Goes to Hell, which is
it's what was it before? Takes Manhattan. Jason Lives is awesome.
I mean, all of those films
it just got a bit samey, but this one just went. You know, we're going to do something completely different, and it hit. It hit the homo as you
the homo.
Hit the hobo.
They said the homo.
So right, a dislike. If I have to put something, there are some really bad CGI.
There are.
There's a bit where they're playing like a video game and a monster comes in, and there's a bit where
I think he's okay with that bit though because it's meant to be a game.
Exactly. I don't
little
care
ants,
about
the fix-it ants.
Yeah, the fix-it ants when the guy with the dreads gets arm shot. They just look a bit dodgy, but I don't care because it's a low-budget movie, and it's like I had to give you something I disliked, and that's me being really harsh.
I liked all the characters and I liked all the actors. Apart from the lady android, I don't know why. I feel like I don't know. I feel like she wasn't quite hard enough, or
Well, even when she got like picked out.
when she got upgraded, I don't know why. I was kind of like, I wanted.
Neo's
She
love
didn't.
child.
She didn't look like she would be a decent battle for Jason, and I don't know.
She won't.
And she was she was. Yeah, no, she wasn't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I don't know.
that's a good
I
point.
kind of felt like if of all the people, she was the one that wasn't quite the right person for it. But I like the rest of it. I even think, even though they use stereotypical characters for this sort of generation, like the stoner and things like that, I thought they had the right actors and they gave it the right tweak. So yeah.
There we go. So final thoughts. Jason X is a refreshing, thoroughly entertaining blast of a movie in the Friday the 13th franchise.
Yeah.
Kane Hodder owns it, and it is, I think, one of the, if maybe not the funnest Friday the 13th experience you'll get in the franchise.
It is the funnest by a margin.
Jason Lives is quite fun, but
Yeah, this is still the funnest. I'm going to say this is the funnest. It doesn't mean I'm saying it's the best, but I am saying it's the funnest.
So yeah, I highly recommend Jason X. It is certainly in my top 3 in the franchise, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. But we'll have a look at that another day. So how many pumpkins though?
5.
What?
Every day of the week. 5
What?
out
You
of
get
5.
that every pumpkin going?
Every pumpkin.
Whoa!
Jason X.
How
I'd give it 10 pumpkins if I could.
Oh, no, I feel like I love this film so much and I'm just going to...
Better not shit on it.
I'm not going to... No one wants a shitty pumpkin. I mean, no, I feel under pressure. I feel like peer pressure. It's like that time when you asked me if I wanted a cigarette. I can't give it 5 pumpkins.
Why? It's better than like...
No, I can't.
Better than that film, what's it, Dr. Sleep?
I don't know what. No, I'm right. I love
But
this
what
movie.
it is, you don't compare it to it. We had a blast with this movie.
I had a blast with this movie. I love this movie.
Would you
I'm
watch
gonna
it again
I'm gonna
next
give
year?
it 4.5 pumpkins
Give it
and a
4.5
butternut
pumpkin.
squash and a cucumber and a passion fruit. But unfortunately, it ain't quite getting that 5th pumpkin. It can't. Can it?
Yeah.
Can it?
Yeah. Well, right, so you've given it
4 and a basket of fruit.
4
And a harvest festival, like when you get all the kids bring all the tins of like out of date peas and peach
shit.
Yeah, whatever. It was just
peach in a tin.
Peach in a
It's
tin.
just slime.
And economy everyday slime in a tin.
Small
all
price
that
beans.
shit that kids bring in for the harvest festival. I give it that. Screw you. The Nomad Trust or wherever it normally goes is going to Jason X.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone who's watched this, thank you for doing. Let us know below if you can be asked what your thoughts on Jason X is. And if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favour.
Yeah, definitely.
Hunt it down. DVD. Treat yourself. You know, you'll have a good night.
You will. I've had a good night.
There we go, right. Let's turn this thing off. We'll see you again soon on 31 Days of Horror.
Peace.
Peace.